Welcome to Blog and Mablog from DougWills.com. This audio is brought to you by Canon Press. Before we get started, I wanted to make sure you are aware of the most recent addition to the Christian Heritage series at Canon Press. Religious Affections by Jonathan Edwards, with a fantastic introduction from Joe Rigney, is now available. Due to the shallowness of much modern Christian worship and life, we can often think of the display of intense religious emotions as a hypocritical, outward show. And we are right to be suspicious, since the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Jeremiah 17:9. Nevertheless, emotions are a gift from God and are a part of what God redeems. The center of the Christian religion is not our emotions, but Christ and His goodness. This classic will inspire you to consider both your life and your emotions and to follow Christ in love. Get Religious Affections by Jonathan Edwards with an introduction from Joe Rigney today at canonpress.com.
I'm not sure I've ever been damned with fainter praise. April 15th, 2020. Introduction. So, it is red letter day in that Rod Dreher came to my defense. But in his defense, he sure didn't want to. Quote, so even though it probably makes him cringe to have Rod Dreher stand up for him, and believe me, it makes Rod Dreher cringe to do it, I'm going to stand up for him. Numerous qualifications. Throughout his piece, Rod makes the repeated and very correct point that the weapons that are being used on people that you might not happen to like may well be weapons that are going to be turned on you in about 10 minutes. Throughout the article, Rod made it most apparent that whether he agreed or disagreed with me was entirely beside the point, and that Christians need to come to grips with the fact that religious liberty is the basic point here. I would hope that, were our positions reversed, I'd be willing to do the same thing for Rod. Disagreements and all, jabs and all, I actually really appreciated it. However, it is apparent that a number of the people who read his article are not all that strong in the reading comprehension department. Rod had to post a little postscript afterwards that said, guys, I'm not defending Doug Wilson's teaching or his behavior as leader of the Kirk. Phew, good thing he finally made that clear. The fact that he had to say that again after all the qualifications that were piled up in heaps inside the article is really striking. It shows that the only real irony is Rod feeling the need to explain himself to a group that does not read closely, carefully, or well. The irony comes in because these are the sorts of breathless and half-woke people who have passed on to him the sordid tale of my various shenanigans. Maybe when developing views on someone else's character, it might be good not to crowdsource it through your comments thread. But I will prove to you that he was defending liberty and not me personally by citing just a couple of his comments. I hope we can use them in the future for book blurbs or something. Quote, it is more than fair to say that Wilson's bomb-throwing Calvinism is not my jam. In fact, that's a massive understatement. Here's another one. Doug Wilson has a special gift for making enemies, and he can be incredibly obnoxious. However, there was one low blow. The only jab I really took strong objection to was this phrase, humility is not his strongest suit. Simply unbelievable. Humility is my strongest suit. For all his thumb on the pulsing work and reporting, Rod has apparently not been informed of my upcoming book, Humility and How I Attained It.